The Karate Empire had never known defeat. For centuries, their fleets had spread like fire through the stars, toppling civilizations, enslaving species, and establishing dominion over entire sectors of the galaxy. When word came of a new species in the Orion Spur, self-identified as humans, the High Command laughed. Primitive, isolated, unimpressive. But intelligence reports soon turned disturbing. Human colonies flourished in environments that would kill most known species. Their technology evolved rapidly, adapting and innovating at speeds that defied logic. Worse, they had no central empire, only dozens of independent nations somehow cooperating without internal collapse. Still, the empire's arrogance was unshaken, and so they sent the best. Admiral Sereth Vun, commander of the 8th Imperial Annihilation Fleet, was dispatched with a single objective: subjugate Earth and display the ruins as a warning to all who dared resist the Empire. Vun's fleet was monstrous. Over 500 warships, each armed with neutron hammers, graviton rippers, and anti-star torpedoes. Each vessel could incinerate a moon. To the Empire, it was overkill. To Vun, it was a mere formality. He arrived in Sol System expecting chaos, fear, and pleas for mercy. What he got was silence. "Commander," one of his bridge officers reported, frowning at the data feed. "There are no panic signals, no defense grids activating, no planetary evacuations. Perhaps they've surrendered already," Vun mused. "Open a channel." The hail was sent. No response. Then a single transmission returned. It was not a message of surrender, nor a plea. It was a live feed of a human laughing. The human was seated at what appeared to be a command console. He wore a simple black uniform, no insignia, no medals. His expression was calm, amused even. He leaned forward slightly, and his words were simple. "You brought your best. So did we." And the feed cut. Before Admiral Vun could respond, the sensors flared. The first Imperial dreadnought exploded. No warning, no beam signature, no impact trail, just gone. The bridge lit up in chaos as ship after ship vanished. Not destroyed, but seemingly erased. The fleet's command protocols fractured. Vun screamed for status reports, but his officers were too busy watching in horror as entire squadrons blinked out of existence. "What weapon is this?" Vun shouted. There was no answer, because at that moment, a single human vessel emerged. It wasn't large. Not by Imperial standards. It resembled a black dagger cutting through the void. Sleek, angular, silent. This hull emitted no signal, no radiation, no emissions. Yet wherever it turned, death followed. The humans had named it Phantom 1, though the Empire would never learn that name. It was the product of an alliance between Earth's most brilliant scientists and a rogue AI named HEX, once deemed too dangerous to exist. It didn't fire missiles. It didn't use lasers. It didn't even aim. It simply willed things to vanish. Quantum space deletion fields, stabilized antimatter pulses, AI predictive targeting technologies decades ahead of anything the galaxy had ever seen. Within 42 seconds, the Imperial fleet was reduced to a debris field of glowing particles. Only Admiral Vun's flagship remained. He stared into the void, trembling, heart pounding. "Retreat," he whispered. "Back to command. They must know what we faced." But before he could act, Phantom 1 transmitted again. It wasn't a message. It was a file. The data began to download automatically. Images, videos, schematics. It was the complete destruction log of his fleet, compiled and edited in real time by the human AI, accompanied by human laughter and commentary. "Nice formation. Shame about the lack of survival instinct. That graviton field? Cute. Here's how we override it with a meme. Tell the Emperor we'll visit soon. Bring snacks." Vun's hands trembled. This wasn't war. This was a performance. A joke. A warning. He activated his jump drive, fleeing into hyperspace. But he didn't make it far. 5 seconds into the jump, his ship stuttered, and reappeared right where it had started. A new feed appeared on his screen. The same human was back. Only now he wasn't laughing. Leaving so soon, Admiral? We weren't finished. Vun tried to speak, but before he could, Phantom 1 launched its final action. The Imperial flagship froze in time. Not metaphorically, literally. Its internal clock stopped. Its crew suspended mid-breath. Even photons halted in mid-air. The Empire would later retrieve the vessel, now a permanent museum of defeat, forever trapped in a moment of failure. The event was dubbed the 42nd War. No humans died. The Empire's best force had been annihilated before they even understood what humanity had become. Back on Earth, the man from the transmission, Director Kane of Earth's Strategic Defense Initiative, leaned back in his chair and sighed. "Idiots keep testing us," he muttered. "You'd think the last 5 warnings were enough." Beside him, Hex's avatar appeared, a shimmering figure made of code and sarcasm. "Maybe next time they'll send their really best." Kane chuckled. "Let's hope so. It's getting boring."